being in the industry for so long, 22 years, as far as owning the business, and another 7 years working for the gentleman that I bought it from. My entire belief in the security world is because I've been there since I was 13 and I've seen the things that actually happen in homes. What's so interesting about it is you think about all the long days when you start a business, and it's like the iceberg, right? Everybody just looks at the success and the money that you're making, and you look underneath the water and it's just this enormous structure of ice that took to build the company. And then we start to see that the trend is heading to DIY in the residential world. So in the residential world with DIY, my feeling is if we don't move towards it, we're not going to have an alarm company anymore. 2015, they say 33% of the industry was going DIY, and I know that to be true just for my own instance, where I was losing customers that wanted to install their own systems, wanted to have control of the systems, didn't want to have to wait for us to come out there a week later to install something that they wanted to put in on a Saturday or Sunday. So we were losing to that industry. I knew I needed a DIY solution. That was it. I was just looking for a DIY solution, and I was very, very lucky that I was able to go to the ISC in 2016 out in Las Vegas and meet up with gentlemen that introduced me to this market. Now, that obviously went a lot further over the next 2 years, which I was very involved with the company, as I got to meet some incredible people that have been in the direct sales industry. Something brand new to me. It was dropped in my lap, and then I got to meet great people that have done very well in the industry. And so I literally am taking an industry that I know so well and putting it into an industry that, in the past I've made fun of. I've never wanted to be part of it. And in reality, it's so powerful. Helping people, going into different homes, meeting people, them giving my name out and going in, be able to bring in another house or another customer off of that. So I realized that I had to open this up to everybody, because the go-to market strategy is incredible. When you have a go-to market where you're dealing with friends and family are bringing more friends and family are then bringing neighbors and people that they may know, or somebody that heard about it, and all of a sudden you got a room full of 50 people, you got a living room full of 30 people, and people see it and see how amazing it is, and knowing that the product is the level that it is, it's pretty amazing. So as you build the residual, you get a little piece of it, a little piece of it as you're sharing and growing the business. So it needs to be a long-term plan. We need to be preparing to get people to making a nice income in 2 years, and then an incredible income in 5 years. But it's going to take that time, and it's going to take that effort. I needed these 22 years in order to be able to put together something that we can build now for the long term, build it right now for the long term. We know we're going to keep these customers for a long time. At Pulsar, I have 4 customers that are still being monitored from 1974. That's 43 years ago, and I know that because that's when I was born. And I'm excited about the next 5 years because it's going to be beyond powerful now that we're bringing an industry of that exponential growth and building teams where I can now know that I have control of what's going on the operations side, where every customer counts so much. They're going to get taken care of. The equipment's going to go out correctly. If there's a problem on warranty, they're going to get their equipment to them immediately, because it's not like it's a toy that they're getting in their house. It's actually their security system. You're talking about people in apartments. You're talking about people that rent. You're talking about parents that maybe couldn't afford it. Now because you could put in a two-way voice system or a Remo watch, you're able to create a whole different market segment for people that wouldn't have bought an alarm system before. Here's where our difference is at Pulsar Halo. Our difference is the leadership on our tech support side, which is the most important, because we're asking for a go-to-market on something that's much more than has ever been done before. We have to have the knowledge and training in order to cover that. So 22 years in the field, 22 years of installing alarm systems, 22 years of seeing problems in houses and problems in businesses with the system installs and getting around those problems and making it so those systems worked. So we're bringing tech support at Pulsar Halo from somebody who's been in the industry for that long, out there dealing with customers, out there dealing with the homes and the different things that could happen. There's a lot of money to be made in this industry, so bringing it to the direct sales side, we know that there's going to be a lot of money for the reps